was that guy?
I don't know. I thought he left a long time ago.
That's what everybody else thought.
I know people going, where did he leave
Where's
again?
he?
Yeah,
Where's
where
he?
is he back?
He's right here.
Yes, he
He's
is.
back.
What? Oh, I thought you said he's got.
No, I said he's back.
I am
So-
back. It was on the holiday vacation trip, so we were in Grand Canyon and Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon National Park, or Bryce National Park. I mean, it was all over the place, all over the West.
All right.
Eh,
So
eh,
that's one on my bucket list. So.
Well, I think out of all of them that we visited, that was probably my favorite.
Really?
And it was, we were there just like a day and a half, and that would have been one maybe good to have a couple of days at
Okay.
least. So yeah, if it's on your bucket list,
It is.
you're going to want to make that one happen.
All right.
It was a very, very busy park. All the national parks are busy, and there were
That's
tourists
good.
from all over the world.
That's awesome. That's
it
what we like
is.
to see. I mean, we got a couple of national parks right here in Michigan, so why not?
Yeah, that's right. You know, the
Well-
one thing that didn't change while I was gone.
The weather, the rain count,
Oh, I had people just,
Rain out?
did it rain? Did it rain? And, we were watching the radar, and there were areas over around Detroit, 3 inches of rain or more last week. They were just poured on in the Upper Peninsula, and kind of right here in the center of the mitten, it wasn't much.
wasn't much, but you came back just in time for the first day of summer.
That's right, 10:57 a.m.
7
today
today.
is when summer officially begins. So we are still on rain watch.
We are.
So, I can go away for 10 days and nothing's changed, basically. Let's take a look at the rainfall so far this month, and a quarter of an inch or less of rain in Lansing, Jackson, and Battle Creek. Now, keep in mind, our average rainfall, these numbers right here in the middle, so 2.5 inches of rain. So we are well below average, and that's going to be the case here for a few more days. We do have the mention of rain in the forecast this weekend. I don't think it's going to knock down those deficits, though. The rain, as we head towards the end of the week, will be on a scattered basis. So wish I had a little better news there, but hopefully things will start to change around a bit now that we are in summer. Here's a look at the predicted 5-day rainfall, and again, there might be a couple of sprinkles today and tomorrow, and then late Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but it's scattered.
I was gonna say there's a lot on there.
There's a lot on there.
There's also a lot of gray on there.
There's a lot of areas, and this is just what the computer model's kicking out. Obviously, your results may vary, but bottom line is there is a mention of rain in the forecast, but again, it is scattered. Today and tomorrow, for the most part, we have some sunshine around today, a mix of clouds and sun tomorrow, just the small chance this afternoon and then again tomorrow afternoon. During the peak heating hours of the day, there might be a sprinkle or two of rain that pops up, but that would really be about it. Here is a look at our US 127 Skycam, our Meridian Company US 127 Skycam, and boy, you just look at the lawns that are not
I
watered.
know.
I mean, things are just pretty burnt up out there right now. And I don't see, again, a lot of relief for that here in the short term. Our Meridian Company Farm Bureau Insurance Cam in Delta Township, there too. I mean, these were looking a lot
Yeah.
better when I left on vacation, but that is not the case out there right now. So hopefully, again, we get some rain. The crops, they're kind of in a tough spot right now with the lack of rain across the area. Here's a look at the satellite and the radar, and it is not showing a thing across mid-Michigan right now. Notice these clouds, though, around Cleveland and parts of Pennsylvania. That's with an area of low pressure that is well down to our south that is slowly trying to creep to the north. I think it will bring some clouds into the area tomorrow.
Okay.
Not a lot in the way of moisture with this particular system, but it'll bring some clouds at times. We've got another system a little farther back to the west that we will be watching this weekend. That'll give us a better chance of seeing some showers, but even those are on a scattered basis. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast for today. It is a mostly sunny day. During the afternoon, though, and we're talking late afternoon, there may be just enough moisture around for a few sprinkles to pop up. There were a few last evening north of St. John's. Even the locations that saw them wasn't much more than a couple of drops of rain on the windshield. And that's about all we would see today or tomorrow. So we take a look at the next 12 hours for us. 10 o'clock in the morning, we should be around 77 degrees. We are sunny. 84 at noon, mid to upper 80s at 4 p.m., partly cloudy skies, and That's pretty much where we are at 8 o'clock. Partly cloudy. We should be around 82 degrees. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a little more in the way of cloud cover. It's a mix of clouds and sun. Put that real low chance and maybe a sprinkle of rain, not only today, but tomorrow too. 83 the high tomorrow. Friday, mostly cloudy, 79. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a little better chance of seeing showers, maybe a storm. Notice how it's 50% chance or less each one of those
Yeah.
days. Upper 80s to around 90 this weekend. You're going to notice the humidity's up a little bit this weekend too. 81 on Monday, and we should top out in the mid 70s on Tuesday. So I wish, I could bring some better news as far as seeing some rain, but
We're just happy to have you back, Darren.
is that what it is?
Yes.
So I can bring you the bad news about there's no rain.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to go back to this really quick. That stretch of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, well, yeah, it might rain out your weekend, but that's the kind of rain we need, right? Is that little bit of consistent rain.
But this is scattered, and that's kind of the downside. You would like one of these systems that comes in and brings kind of a steady rain that goes, 6, 12 hours. But that is, that's not what we got here. We're talking, you may have it at your house. I may not have it at my house. So not welcome news, but hopefully, with at least a few days in a row of that we can get enough to, kind of keep the plants going there.
Right. All right. Well, you can always keep track of that with the First Alert Weather app.
Well, let me tell you what. I used the First Alert Weather app last week. Every day.
You weren't even here last week.
Well, I know, but I was traveling, and I'm traveling with a bunch of viewers at WILX, and they want to know what's the weather going to be like. What's the weather going to be like? I don't know. I'm in the Grand Canyon, but the First Alert and with no Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
You mean to tell me the Grand Canyon doesn't have Wi-Fi?
Well,
all that open space.
It was. There were places I couldn't even get a cell signal. I know, but you'd get on the bus at least, traveling from one location to another, and you could get a cell signal. And I used the News 10 First Alert Weather app. So if you're getting ready to go on vacation, download our app, and you've got an option on there that says "Follow me."
Follow Darren.
Not follow me. Follow you on the weather app, and no matter where you are. I was in little towns that, there wasn't much more than, a general store, but it knew where it was and it gave the forecast,
right.
and it was pretty good. You can find it free at Google Play and the Apple App Store.
All right. Thank you very much, Darren. So happy to have you back with all of that great news that we love to hear. Not sarcastic.
Good morning, everyone.
We need the rain. Like it says right there.
We do need the rain. We do need the rain. This is good news. I take this as good news. We get the whole rest of this week, right, with the sun and the heat. Not that we need any more heat, but to enjoy today's the first day of summer. Happy summer. everyone.
In about a little over
Right,
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little 2 hours too early. But then
It'll be right before News 10 today at 11, though.
I can kick it off.
You can kick off the summer. That's good.
We're excited.
I love that.
But yes, we do need the rain. So you get the rest of this week with the sun and the heat, and then we get the rain. I
Just
think
rain
that's-
at night when it's not going to bother anybody.
right? With the grad parties and everything.
Yeah.
But we'll take it. We'll take it.
All right. Well, as you can see, Taylor Gattoni is here now. We're going to have some of the headlines on this Wednesday as you start your summer. And first, something that came out yesterday, but is still making news this morning. Attorneys for a student who survived the Michigan State University mass shooting back in February have filed a fourth lawsuit in connection with that attack.
Yeah, the third lawsuit was from Alexandria Verner's family, and this is the fourth lawsuit. So John Howe was paralyzed in the shooting, and you may remember us talking about John Howe. So this is video on your screen right now from the beginning of May when John Howe was invited to a 76ers game by basketball player James Harden, and Howe's lawsuit alleges MSU, quote, acted with gross negligence and failed to take reasonable steps to protect students, end quote. Howe was hospitalized at Sparrow for about 3 weeks before being moved to a rehab facility. Now, his lawsuit comes after lawsuits were filed by 2 surviving victims and the family of Alexandria Verner, like I mentioned, who was shot and killed. So yeah, this makes the fourth lawsuit against MSU for the lack of security. And I know right now they are putting in the locks inside of those classrooms, adding cameras. So yeah, still unraveling. This happened
Yes.
over 4 months ago at this point.
I can't believe it was only been 4 months.
It was a chaotic, stressful, sad day.
It was very, very. We were all working here very, very hard. We all remember it very, very vividly as well.
I don't think I could ever forget that day.
No,
Like, it's
I remember you coming in
I was frazzled.
Yeah.
Among everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild, wild night. And we're still following a story out of basically the East Coast, Boston area. It's kind of hard to tell where the story is really coming out of, but the clock is ticking to find and rescue the missing submersible that was taking passengers on a tour to see the wreckage of the Titanic. But maybe some good news.
Yeah, so they were taking off Sunday morning. We were actually just talking about this before I came to News 10 Plus because it seems like a lot of people are just shocked that this is happening. But sonar picked up banging sounds Tuesday during the search for the submersible. And with the vessel's air supplies dwindling, the U.S. Coast Guard said underwater noises were detected by Canadian P-3 aircraft, prompting the relocation of resources to explore their origin. But, quote, searches have yielded negative results, end quote. Now, time is running out. As available oxygen levels continue to drop. I know that yesterday and the 4 o'clock we were saying about 40 hours left. I believe now is around 24 hours left. So experts estimate life support for the 5 passengers on board could run out by tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That's
And I know some expert divers were saying that what they teach you is to breathe as efficiently and yet little as possible. But I can't imagine having to consciously do that.
you'd be freaking out.
Yeah. Be breathing
Go
more.
slower.
But it's a mental thing that they teach you to control your breathing in a way that it makes it most efficient
Yeah.
for what you have.
Yeah, if you've ever been scuba diving before, you know, you really have to do the slow inhales, slow exhales. If your heart starts beating,
Yeah.
you start moving faster, you're going to run through that air a lot faster. I cannot imagine being
No.
down there. No.
Plus, it's really cramped. I saw that only one person can stretch their legs out at a time. Yeah.
How are they eating?
I don't know.
That's like the other question. I have so many questions.
Hopefully, we can get them answered from those 5 passengers once they're found. Well, like we've been saying all day today is the first day of summer,
Yes,
and
it
experts predict that much of the country is in for a scorching season.
Yeah, so this is why we need the rain to help cool
This
us
is-
off. What parts of the south are already under excessive heat warnings.
So fun.
And that water slide looks nice to cool down in. But according to the National Weather Service, several Texas cities have new heat records from this week, and officials there are worried about a record-setting strain on the power grid. Experts predict above-average temperatures in most states this summer, and ocean warmth is already record-setting. So experts
Wow.
predict broader records in the next 2 years as El Nino combines with climate change. Now, I'll say that's really interesting that the ocean warmth is already hitting record settings, Crystal, because it takes the bodies of water so much longer to warm up.
So much longer.
And
Imagine
so-
the ocean. It takes the Great Lakes so long to heat up.
Exactly, and so I was going to bring that up, and then you talk about the oceans. Even a pool, it takes a little bit of time
Yeah.
to warm up. So the fact that the oceans are hitting record-setting high temperatures, man,
I know.
it's hot.
Well, it's hot. Don't really want to be maybe on a roof, but as summer arrives, you may notice more and more critters out and about, but maybe not something quite like this.
We were talking about mosquitoes yesterday on Mid-Michigan Matters, but anyways, so a Wisconsin
Look at it.
Oh, no, this is not what you want. Would you want mosquitoes or a snake? But a Wisconsin deputy
I
went
want the
beyond...
snake because it eats the mosquitoes. Probably. I don't know that that's true.
Well, I don't know, because what I'm about to say, I don't think you'd want to mess with this type of
Yeah.
snake, Crystal. A Wisconsin deputy went beyond the normal call of duty to rescue a giant anaconda. There it is, hanging off the roof. Somehow the pet reptile had escaped and ended up on the roof of its owner's house. Okay, so luckily this is a pet reptile, and upon arrival,
Yeah, it's not
deputies...
out in the wild that you're going to run into.
Terrifying. Anyway, upon arrival, deputies were able to improvise with some garden tools to recapture the giant snake. The South African species can reach 22 feet in length. An expert at the University of Minnesota says anacondas this big aren't normally kept as household pets. So neither the snake nor the deputies were harmed in the incident. That is good news. But 22 feet in length.
Look, one guy's holding that, though. Maybe he's a
I
strong
wanna-
guy. I don't know.
I want to see it stretched out.
I know. Usually they can't do that unless they're dead because they're so tense that they tend to.
Interesting. They just kind of swivel like
Yeah.
that. I never
That's
knew
something
that
I-
about snakes. Thanks for teaching me.
I worked really hard on that lower third.
There's a snake on my roof. It's like, yeah, I see what you did there, a little
Thank
Toy
you.
Story. There's a snake
Thank
in my
you.
boot. I like it.
I was trying to find something, and I kept thinking of Anaconda songs, which I'm like, that's not appropriate. But
Glad you did not go that route.
That's what I ended up with, so I'm pretty proud of that
I
one.
like it. That's clever.
I mean, if you want to use that later on today and you want to share that story, go right ahead.
And I'm just saying it
I
just
don't-
like what he does.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, can you share what's coming up on News 10 today at 11?
Yes, besides talking about the official start to summer, which will be in a couple hours, like Crystal and I were
this is right.
talking about, here we go. A crackdown on speeding is coming to the city of Lansing, so we'll have more on Operation Slowdown. Also, the Capital Area District Library is hosting a ribbon cutting ceremony to commemorate the completion of a remodeling project at the Foster Branch. And eating healthy can be a struggle year-round. I actually was going to tell you later today I need to go grocery shopping for more healthy foods because I feel like I get in that frozen
so
food.
bad.
Yeah, no, we need. It's summer. We want to feel good. So yes, eating healthy.
And we live right
can be a
across the
struggle.
street from a farmer's market. We should.
We should take advantage.
But we don't.
We don't. We need to.
Take advantage of their soup bar, and that's about it.
But okay, over the summer, routines are disrupted. I know for many children that's probably the case
Yeah.
too, because you know they go from school on to summer. For us, we're working year round. But in today's Health Minute, we have some ideas for some healthy summer snacks for kids. And then we are back here at 2 o'clock for News 10 Plus. After News 10 today at 11, we'll be bringing you first alert forecast updates. I'm pretty sure we'll have Justin today. So we'll be talking about more of that rain making its way in, and also the summer-like temperatures you'll have for the rest of this week, which
No more
fits
snake.
right into summer. Yeah, we don't want the snake anymore. And then we'll have someone from Studio 10 joining us as well to share what you can expect for Studio 10, what we can expect for First at 4, and also during our 90 minutes of news.
And if you have questions about the forecast for Justin, or maybe you have something to say or ask of Studio 10, you can join us on YouTube and Facebook while we're live. Join the live chat. We can see it right here. I know Tabitha already commented on Facebook, so we're trying to fix that, Tabitha. Hope you can get that figured out. But you can join those live chats while we're live, YouTube and Facebook, and we will do our best to answer.
Yeah. Any weather, any stories, any comments that you have, feedback, we will take it.
We will.
There we go. Make sure you all stay hydrated.
Yes.
And wear your sunscreen and maybe get some sunglasses. I know a lot of people yesterday were talking about the heat. Today, maybe not as hot as yesterday, but it will still be hot. So just making sure you're hydrating. I know I was feeling a little lightheaded yesterday,
Yeah.
so we've been pounding some water. And yeah, just
I have
stay
sunscreen
safe.
in my purse, actually, just in case.
That's good.
Yeah.
I know some people get burned really easily. I gotta
All right, we'll see you guys back here on the desk at 2 o'clock.
have a good one.